Well, I didn't think I'd be doing a video on this, but it's 2 days later and people are still talking about it, apparently. Yes, in the words of the Joker, roughly, when Chase Elliott, Christian Eckes, Josh Berry, or someone else uses the middle finger towards another driver, nobody bats an eye. But when one Bubba Wallace flips off someone behind the camera, everybody loses their minds. Yes, Bubba Wallace on Sunday, after finishing second in the All-Star race, good run for him, by the way, he was like flipping his friend off or something behind the camera, used his middle finger, and the internet, social media, people went wild because he used his middle finger, obscene gesture, all that stuff. People were screaming and whatnot. And then people were making a big deal out of it, saying, oh my gosh, he should be penalized or something. As I just said, other people have used the middle finger before, and it hasn't been a big deal. In fact, it's been cheered on. When Chase Elliott got wrecked by Kyle Busch in 2020 and hit the inside wall, and Chase Elliott responded with the middle finger, people actually cheered him on. So I don't get... I get why people don't, we'll talk about it. But NASCAR has made their statement. NASCAR has responded, and this is what they have said. Bubba Wallace won't be penalized for flipping the bird on pit road after the race. It is NASCAR's understanding he was gesturing to a friend, and while inappropriate, it wasn't done malicious. So yes, the middle finger was not meant in an ill will towards anyone. And it was meant towards a friend in like a friendly, like, hey, middle finger, like in a friendly way. You know what I'm saying? But no ill will or no suspension, no fine, nothing like that. And I mean, there would be no reason to. If anything, like when Chase Elliott did it, that was more malicious than what Bubba Wallace did. Bubba Wallace was doing it to a friend. Chase Elliott was doing it because Kyle Busch hooked him into the inside wall. So which one is worse to you? But yeah, I don't really understand why people were all upset about that when in the past people have been fine with it. Like, I understand people don't like Bubba Wallace, whether it's, what he did at Vegas last year, crashing Kyle Larson, whether, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't like Bubba Wallace. He's a polarizing driver. There's some people that don't like him for wrong reasons, in my opinion. And I don't stand by that. I mean, it's just what it is. But, there are some people who just don't like him because of the way he drives or whatever, or the way he talks in interviews and whatnot, which, people are allowed to not like a driver. People are allowed to like a driver. So, it is how it is. But then in other news, after the race, during the cool down lap or something, I think Bubba had already unhooked his helmet, unhooked his radio. So as the statement says, he did not hear it. He did not hear the actual message before people start freaking out like they did the last incident and not getting the facts straight and all that. NASCAR said it's looking into derogatory comments made towards Bubba Wallace on his radio channel after event. Bubba already had unhooked radio and didn't hear them. It happens occasionally that someone not with a team taps into and gets on a team's radio since they are public frequencies. So yes, unfortunately, some dumb fans decided to get on Bubba Wallace's radio and say some bad things. I don't think this is the first time that it's happened, but they were saying, like, go back to where you came from, like, no one wants you in NASCAR, stuff like that. Yeah, those fans suck, to say the least. And if I don't know what NASCAR is going to do, I don't know, like, if they can, like, track who dialed up the radio, if they can track the radio who actually did it, and then like ban those fans for life or something, or if they're going to potentially look into a way to do more secure radio so people can't get into the public frequencies. Like, we've seen instances of people getting into the radio before, like one of the Coke 600s a few years ago. Someone tried to hack into Alex Bowman's, I think, and said like, pit now, but it was like a voice that Bowman didn't know, so he didn't pit. Like, we've seen like prank ones like this, but this is too far, people. Like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad to hack onto a radio in the middle of a NASCAR race and in a sense manipulate the results. But this is like beyond bad. Like, come on, people. Can we not be idiots? Can we not be the stereotypical NASCAR racist saying bad stuff, like redneck kind of thing? Like, can you just please not be dumb? I'm not saying all the fans are dumb. I'm not saying all that. They're not all rednecks. It's like NASCAR has a very passionate fan base, a very loyal fan base. But every sport, every fan base of any sort has bad apples. It has a few bad fans. And of course, they sometimes get the attention like we are seeing here. And in this case, why do you have to be so stupid is my question. Why? I don't understand why you have to be so stupid. Anyways, whatever NASCAR does, I hope they find whoever did it and ban them, because that's really the majority of what they can do, is that they can ban them from racetracks. They can't really arrest them, I don't think, unless they found like a more threatening message in a sense. But yes, that is the conclusion, that Bubba Wallace will not be fined, penalized in any way, shape, or form for the middle finger, and then NASCAR is investigating in terms of the radio message that sucked. Those people suck for saying that. So yeah, no other big news. There's supposed to be some anticipated news, I think, and I think it has to do with Josh Berry potentially. He might be in the 4 car next year. There's rumors circulating, reports circulating that it could happen. I don't know if it will, but if it does, I will let you know, obviously. Any other news? And then we got a full weekend of racing. We got the Monaco Grand Prix Sunday morning. Around noon, we got the Indy 500, and then the Coca-Cola 600 Sunday night. Thanks for watching.